progressing. I will also record the meeting in case my connection. There you go. Okay, let's see. Okay, so I think the live streaming is done. So hello everybody. Thank you for tuning in into this meeting. I'm super excited to see like old faces today. So I'm gonna just first I'm gonna just share my screen so we're on the same page. Which one? This one. So let me remind you all to add your name in the participant list in the wiki page if you have it. So we only have me and Paul. So if you're watching this from Irmo or YouTube, or if you're attending this Zoom meeting, please add your name there to document your presence. And before we dive into the agenda for today, I'm going to just verbalize some shoutouts that I have added. First is to Prabhu Krishnamurti and Stephen Smith for joining this social and mobile store support. So welcome and thanks for joining the programs. Second is for everyone who's contributing to the 112 release and for your participation in the release threads that we have for desktop and mobile. And last but not least, a special shout out for Paul for handling an incident. I guess it was like Friday late last week. And so thank you so much for handling that incident with grace. I didn't even notice until today because I was off on Monday and Tuesday. So yeah, thank you so much for handling that while most of the staff was already off, perhaps at that point. So yeah, Coolios. Before we dive into the topic of the week, I actually have a special topic, which is the reintroduction to Roland. Roland, you wanna reintroduce yourself to the folks here?
Yeah. Hi, I've rejoined Thunderbird. As Paul and probably everyone else on this call, at least in the Zoom part of this call, know, I worked on Thunderbird from 2009 to 2012, and then I worked on Firefox 2020, and then I've been gone for 2 years working at Matrix support. So everything is old and new simultaneously. I'm back on Thunderbird, the only support person, so hopefully I'll be able to collaborate with our wonderful community of KB and forum contributors, as well as with my cousins or colleagues at in customer experience, like Kiki, JR, Tassos, Abby, who I haven't met, et cetera, et cetera. So it's great to be back. I can't update the wiki because it points to my old user ID. So I'm just about requesting the wiki. But yeah, it's good to be back. I hope to increase the profile of Thunderbird support, get the Thunderbird's KB articles for Supernova updated. Of course, I'm not a one-person thing. Wayne is doing awesome work, and the community is doing awesome work, and we'll continue to do awesome work. And just hopefully I can add a little bit of more pushing. And that's it. And yeah, if anybody needs anything but Thunderbird support-wise, please ping me. I'm on all the channels. Matrix, Roland Thunderbird, Slack, Roland, and email, roland@thunderbird.net. Thanks. I think I've taken way too much time here. Thanks, Kiki.
Well, I just learned that you came from Thunderbird before working for Mozilla, so it feels like it's full circle now. You're back on Thunderbird.
Yeah, some of my edits from 10 years ago are still there. Some of my screenshots from 10 years ago are still in the KB.
That's epic.
I hope that 10 years from now, I can, like, whether or not I'm at Mozilla or Thunderbird or Firefox or wherever I am, I can say, well, I modernized that KB with the help of the fantastic community, and with hopefully at least with the guidance of the writers at the SUMO team in Mozilla Corporation. So yeah, like Abby and her folks. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's my one achievement. Like, let's get those documents up to date. Let's answer a few more questions. Let's get people motivated. Help them out. So
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't. Yeah, you didn't know Kiki. I guess that was before you joined. I was working at Thunderbird.
Yeah. Way
So
before,
if
I
anybody
suppose.
wants to DM me a reminiscence thread, or we can do it in Sumo in a thread in Matrix, that would be fantastic.
No, this call feels already like very nostalgic to me. So yeah. Thanks thanks for coming to this call and welcome back, Roland.
Thank you.
Cool. So I don't actually have a lot of like topics for this week. So that's why I call it out. That I don't think that we will use the full 45 minutes today. But let's go through the topic of the week. So first is I have a an update on the blog post that many people are asking. So the Q1 summary is already published. I think it was around before I left, probably around 2 or 3 weeks ago. So please check out the blog post if you haven't. Um, in the past we do a monthly kind of like update like this, but since with like more responsibilities I kind of like have trouble to find times to do this monthly in a monthly basis, so I decided to have it on a quarterly basis, so you will see the summary in per quarter, and the first one is already out for the first quarter, so you will see another one by the end of the second quarter, which is around June or perhaps like early July. So yeah, just an update on that. Cool. So the second one is I would like to just give a heads up that for the most part of like Q2, I will be mostly working on running community experiments. For the community, for the Sumo community. This hasn't been decided, but it will probably. I mean, like the experiment itself it hasn't been decided, but um, it will be around I think around social or and mobile store support. So it will be around the usage of Ferrand and stuff. So please just like expect that announcement coming in the couple of weeks, perhaps. I'm still working on some of the details about the experiment. So yeah, please stay tuned for more updates about this. Um, and then I have another announcement to make, which is actually it's a personal announcement. I will be leaving on maternity leave by early Q3 perhaps, and um, um, and like making the announcement now because we will be posting the maternity leave cover job description. Like we will be hiring a maternity cover for me. So we'll still working on the job description and stuff, but we will be posting that soon. So I will post that once we publish the role. So please keep an eye on it if you're interested. It will be, I think it will be only for like 3 months. I will leave for only 3 months, and I think the maternity cover will cover like 4 months. So yeah, just keep an eye on it if you're interested. Yeah. Coolios. Let me pause here before I move on to the next section. Is there any question so far? Feedback, concern?
I think from all of us, say many congratulations. All the very best.
Thank you.
Yeah, what Paul said.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. You don't see my swollen belly, but yeah, it's happening. Cool. So let's move on to the Mozilla's World Update section. The first one I have is about the Mozilla Social news. So it's not it's not public yet, but we will be releasing a new, like news soon about this kind of like initiative. But essentially, it's about the public beta. I'm pretty sure. I think we have talked about it in the Scrum meeting at some point. But we will be releasing a public private beta release. And you will be able to kind of like sign up if you're interested in this initiative. So you'll be able to create your own kind of like Mozilla.social profile. I kind of like, yeah, I think I participated in the beta, in the internal beta. And I already and kind of like secure my account, and I guess we already kind of like secure the other accounts for like SUMO and support as well, so that should be covered. So yeah, if you're like a Mastodon or Fediverse enthusiast, please stay tuned for more update about this, and it will come very soon. I think tomorrow we will be um, like publishing the publish a blog post, or and I'm pretty sure we'll publish an FAQ in our KB articles at some point. So yeah, expect for more updates on this. Julius, is there any question about the Mozilla.social updates? No.
So the summary is we'll be able to sign up for the
Yeah,
Mozilla server,
maybe.
Mastodon server, but not today,
Yeah.
soon.
Yeah, maybe not immediately, but I think they will have like a signed up list for those who are interested in getting into the waiting list to get a profile there. So yeah, it will be like more information
Okay, great.
as soon as possible. Cool. The second one is about Rise 25. I see a newsletter coming from Mozilla Foundation earlier today, and they also kind of like announced this initiative. Essentially, let me just open the link. Essentially, we encourage you to nominate people for to recognize their effort in the internet space, in getting the future of the internet to be more ethical, responsible, and inclusive. There are kind of like five categories in this like campaign or initiative. There's activists, builders, artists, creators, and advocates. So if you know a person, somebody that you would like to recognize, there is a nomination form in each category that you can use to nominate the people that you know who may not have like an online presence or something. So you can do that, and you can also spread the words about this campaign to make sure that like we have visibility into those folks who may not have like the social presence in the internet. So yeah, please check out the website. It's linked from the agenda. If you are in a local, like active in a local community, feel free to like share this initiative with your local community, so we will reach like more people, and we will see a more diverse nomination from all around the world. um, cool. And if you have any question about this initiative, just ping me, because I think this is still early in a kind of like process. But the nomination process will, I think, last until mid-July or something. So yeah, July 17. So make sure to keep an eye on the deadline for that. Curious. And last but not least, I have another news from the Mozilla space, which is about FakeSpot. So I just find out about this as well yesterday. So we just acquired a new kind of like organization called FakeSpot, which will help us to kind of like improve the space in the like kind of like shopping tools part of Firefox. Shopping is a big topic on the internet, like a lot of folks who are using internet, I guess, are mostly doing it for shopping, for online shopping. I personally do myself, so it's a big topic of the internet. So we want to make sure that we are doing something in that kind of like area. So we are teaming up with FakeSpot team, and I'm not sure about what we will do in the future, but yeah, please like cheer us up, and maybe you will hear more updates on this in the near future once we have like some projects underway with their team. So I guess it will also like you know um, there's something to do with AI as well with this collaboration, so that will be interesting. Um, cool. I don't have any other detail at this point, but if you're interested to know more about this, you can read the blog post that I also linked in the agenda. Cool, cool, cool. So that's all for the Mozilla's World update. Let me pause here and see if there's any question or any additional stuff that I may miss from the Mozilla World. Wayne or Roland, do you have any updates on the Thunderbird world?
Wayne,
Well, welcome back to Roland, huh?
thanks everybody.
Very cool. So this question came up when I had a meeting with Lisa today, because she was inquiring about support articles, particularly the localization relating, and this relates to donors. Okay. So Roland and I actually discussed this a little bit. And so I guess there is a need to audit or somehow determine to what extent our articles are localized, and particularly the ones that are most used, right? And in looking at it this morning, I may have some anomalies to report as bugs, but that's a different issue. So I just throw that out there as something that we're interested in, and I imagine.
So what's the question? What percentage of articles are localized, or Thunderbird articles in particular, or which ones are localized and have the most traffic? Or not localized and have the most traffic?
I guess the bottom line is which of the most important ones are not localized, right? And in particular, what are top 5 or 10 locales, Japanese, German, French, Spanish, Portuguese, I forget the others, no offense to anybody. Certainly our most visited articles should be localized for our most prominent locales. That's kind of the bottom line. But you may as well say, well, let's see what our depth is in localization across the board.
Kiki, is there a dashboard where we can see these things for all articles on SUMO, or is this something that we have to request permission to, or something? something. I don't think there's any public dashboards. Is that right?
I'm looking for an unmute button. So there is no straightforward way to do this. So I think we can do like 2 steps here. So one is that I can check on GA or Google Analytics. I can check that based on locale for like the whole site, but I'm not sure if I can kind of like filter the search only for Thunderbird. So let me find out about that first. But if it's about like the overall website, the monthly update that I posted should include that list. So like the top 10 kind of like locales. But this is for the overall website.
Like
So
all
if you
products, including
need
Thunderbird.
exactly. So if you need the Thunderbird specific data, I need to make sure that we can do that. And then second, to check on which kind of like articles that are localized, you need to do that from the localization dashboard, and that is a manual process. So yeah, there's no straightforward way to do this, unfortunately, at the moment.
Okay.
Paul, you
And there's
want to add
definitely no
something?
public dashboard for that. Okay,
Yeah.
no problem.
Well, yeah, the
And-
localization dashboard is public, but it's a manual process to get there.
Yeah, if you had a list of the top 10 Thunderbird articles, by viewing each article, you can see which locales that article has been localized into.
Yeah.
So yeah, sure, it's a bit manual, but if you've got a X number of articles, you can then go through and see a list of locales that have been that article's been localized into. So that's another way around it.
Sounds good. At least we can do something manually, Wayne, I guess is the conclusion for now, and maybe investigate better solutions in the future.
Yeah, that certainly works. Somewhat related, I don't know if you posed this question already, Roland, but
Probably not.
Roland was wondering how we know who the most who to talk to about localization. Who are the principal people?
You mean from the Mozilla side?
SUMO.
L10N, you mean? You mean L10N SUMO? People, locale leaders?
Yeah.
Pontoon is your
For-
friend on that.
Ah, Pontoon will tell you. So Wayne, if we
Yeah.
have Pontoon access.
Are those the same people who do SUMO then?
No.
In
Uh,
some
Within the
cases,
Sumo?
yes.
Pontoon
Well,
is
that's the
for
question.
translation Thunderbird, but not for Sumo articles.
Yeah, really interested in the SUMO articles.
But it'd
So
be a good place
Pontoon
to
is for
start.
Then you need to contact the local leaders,
Ah.
like this one, like me.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
I think I
Quickly
found a
show
link.
them.
I think the same links still work. Like there's a list of locale leaders on Sumo. That link is still valid, or is that manually updated? I don't even know. I can't even remember.
Wait, we have a list of like local leaders
On Sumo, but that might be manually
on
maintained.
Sumo. No, we do have like group for local leaders.
Yeah, is
in
that
Sumo.
valid? Is that up to date? The group? I guess that's
I doubt so. Yeah, so
Ah,
I think you
bad.
need to check. You need to check like manually from this page. So if you're looking for like like Netherlands,
Mm-hmm.
like one by one, you need to check from the page, and you can just change the language code from here to check on the team leader. So yeah, it's a very manual process.
Okay.
Cool. But yeah, if you have anything about like if you have any questions about localization or content in Mozilla, you can reach out to Abby or me. Abby is our content leader, content lead. So yeah, she may know more about content and things. If you have any questions about that.
Okay.
Curious. I guess we can move on to product updates now, since we already covered some of like Thunderbird topic. So we don't have JR today, but you can check out the release Scrum meeting recording. That now is, like changed to bi-weekly, other than compared to like weekly meeting that we did in the past. So you can check the link here. I guess this is the link for, wait, this is from last week. So I will need to like change that into the updated one, or I can just link the folder so you can get to like all of the recordings from the past as well. So yeah, please check out the release Scrum meeting to get to know more about like release updates. I do have one topic that I would like to talk about, which is the Twitter scrolling issue. This is something that I'm still investigating, and I see that Coral started a new thread in the contributor forum to talk about this. So I guess this is perhaps like a valid issue, but when I search on Mozilla, I don't see anything reported so far. So maybe we need to do some more investigation and perhaps like like come up with with a report, with a bug report. I personally don't experience this issue, so I have a hard time to replicate that. But there are a lot of like reports from all over channels, like in forum, in social. I've seen a few in social as well. So I think this is perhaps like a valid issue. But yeah, if you're experiencing the same or like similar issue, please chime in the thread and let us know how to replicate that issue, or maybe you can just directly submit the bug so we can investigate more. Cool. I don't have anything else. We still have 10 minutes. So I'm going to give it to everybody here in case you want to talk about something else that isn't covered in the topic, or we can have the 10 minutes back. Nope. Nothing. Coolios. Then let me stop sharing and thank everybody for joining this call. We will have like 2 calls in May. That's just because this is a 4 weeks cadence. So you will see me back in the 31st of May. So yeah, that will be before a week before 1/14. And I will post more information about the 1/13 release real soon. So thanks everybody for joining, and see you by the end of the month.
Thank you. See you next
Good
time.
to see everybody.
Bye.
Good to see you.
Bye-bye, thanks.